Oh yeah. This is how to teach anybody anything. I can teach you how to get away with murder. I can teach you crime and you'll never be arrested. Well, I don't want to jinx myself here, but for the last 5 years, my whole job was literally teaching people. Before that, I used to teach students how to cheat at school. If you wanted to cheat, I never cheated myself. I think I cheated later on, but it was for something serious. So when I caught myself cheating, I stopped. But I taught students how to even study better, let alone cheating. People get bored nowadays, so you just gotta throw so many things here at once within a 30th second. But this video is literally, seriously, right, sincerely, how to teach somebody anything. I made a living off teaching, and I will continue to make a living off teaching. How do we teach people? Very good question. Very good question. How's your day? You alright? How's the family? Good? Very good. You look like somebody who plays a certain sport. What sport do you play? You play this and that? You play basketball? Oh, beautiful. Oh, you play basketball? Same, same. Yeah. Any particular position? Outside of basketball, there's this content creator I really like. He once titled, the Maverick losing to the Celtics is the reason why I'll never have children. And I wonder why that guy does not have millions of subscribers, because he's actually funny. And that is one of the best titles. Yeah, I'm not even mad that that man clickbaited me. I watched the video. That little rambling there is so important to teaching more than anything. If you want to teach somebody something, the first thing you want to do, bro, is not focus on whatever it is, subject, activity, whatever it is that you're teaching this man, this woman, this lady, this young man. You don't want to focus on that. You want to focus on everything else but the subject at hand. So if you want to teach somebody mathematics, for example, right? I will not talk about mathematics. I'll talk about anything that interests that person first and foremost. That's why I went on a little rambling about, oh, you like basketball? How's your day? My job, I realized my supervisor was not very good at teaching. I realized I got a hang of the machines, of the computer, or whatever it is that we were doing. And I thought to myself one day, just like I used to in high school, all of this is so easy to teach. But the way this man is teaching these people, the supervisor is taking away a lot of his time. He's a busy man. If I step in, right, and teach these newcomers, these new employees, these casual workers who are not used to whatever it is, I could become a valuable asset, you see? So I began to realize what I used to do at high school was child's play. Teaching people in high school is easy. Not to invalidate you if you're a high school teacher. That's very important. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying what I used to do to teach people to study in high school was child's play. So I used to help my friends study in high school by relating the subject, the topic, the task, the assignment, the whatever it is, the exam, the upcoming exam. I used to get them to relate. Let's say we have to remember somebody's name. I will get them to associate the topic with what interests them. So if they're into sport, they'll memorize what's going to be on the exam, on the test, to associating that with their interest outside of school. I don't know if I'm explaining that well, but if you're into basketball and you're doing psychology and you want to memorize Piaget or John B. Watson, I'm struggling, right? So I'll use certain terminologies in basketball to get you to memorize the psychology terminology or legal terminologies. It's very easy. Anyway, so what I did at work was I realized my supervisor is a busy man. I want to make myself a very, very important asset to him. And I knew by by making other workers better and teaching them, it'll make my job easy too. So that I have an interest in this as well. So whenever I first day I went to him and I said, look, man, You seem like you're very busy, and I gotta hang on the computer. I gotta hang on this. I know how to teach it well. Give me a couple of days to teach everybody how to do this effectively. It's within a couple of days. If you're not happy with my teaching, don't even worry about it. Forget the couple of days. I'm gonna pick a few people. If you're not happy with my teaching by the end of the day, you don't have to bother. Don't bother. Forget about it. But if you are happy with my teaching, we could work something out. He said, "Bad bro. What does he have to lose? You know." He gave me the opportunity to teach, and the first person I taught, as well, going to the computer because he had to learn. He had to learn how to configure and find his way around the computer, and where's what and what program. And I just didn't even look at the computer. I just went like I'm talking to a mate. Because these guys thinking, the supervisor's thinking, bro, why are you just talking, lounging around, lollygagging, looking at each other's eyes, talking about girls? What the fuck? We're at work, homie. Get to work. I told him, hold on. I realized one of my favorite teachers in primary school, and why she's still my favorite teacher, bro, never really taught anything. She became your friend first. She became your mate first. And now, bro, imagine if me and you, I'm not teaching you what's on the computer. I'm interested in you and your life. What interests you? So now, there are no authorities. We're just two mates, two friends talking. And I'm teaching you, right? But you don't know that. You think we're just talking. I get you to drop your guard so you're able to be free to ask me questions. I want you to feel like you're asking your friend a question when you don't understand something, when we get to that point anyway. But I'm getting you to speak about yourself because I have a genuine interest in you and what type of person you are. And I want you to be able to be creative. Once I teach you something, you can do it your own way. So there was a way that we were used to doing, to taking care of these pellets and the box in the machine. So we're literally, right, we're working around the clock, providing essential things that will go around the supermarkets around Australia, to the army, all the way to these little Asian countries around Australia. So this is very, very important. But if you fuck up, it's not a game. But I realize, yes, it's important and blah, blah, blah. But the pressure, the heat, the sort of expectation is what scares people. And so I get them to drop their guard and become more comfortable by talking about themselves before I even go into the teaching. Mind you, the person is already, they're already sort of timid. They're scared. This is new to them. They don't understand. And you don't want to overload them with information. And so the best way to teach, in my opinion, and I've dragged this on long enough, is to get the other person to open up, right? Find out who they are as an individual, as a person. When you find out who they are as a person, you now begin the teaching process. But when you teach, you go in steps. So you don't teach them 1, 2, 3, 4. You teach them one, and you get them to repeat that same one, that same steps over and over again. Now, when I teach you the first steps, I don't want you to do it my way. I just want you to comprehend this is the way it is done, and I want you to repeat it. Just show me. Now, the person will like, oh, since we've been doing this for a while, mate, do you think like there's another way we could like look at it, or maybe we could do it this way? We're in step 1, and the person is already teaching me how to improve step 1. Now we already established that we're friends. I go, I never thought about doing it that way. Do you feel comfortable doing that way? This is my way, the way I'm doing it. I could improve, but the way you're doing it, do you feel comfortable doing it that way? And the person will say, yes, certainly. I feel comfortable doing it my way. This way, I find it's more effective and quicker and it's easier. The person is explaining to you, bro, step 1. They don't know step 2 yet. So by the time we get to step 2, They have a confidence that they can handle step two because they've handled step one and even improved it or might have improved it slightly better now. So when you go to step two, you don't have to explain too much. They are ready for step three. This is the thing with teaching, bro. People don't get. You don't teach people. People are already fucking smart. I look like a madman when I try to explain this, bro. This is gonna be easy in the future, and it's gonna be the norm. That we don't teach repetitive, teach. If if we were to do that, anything, we might as well go back to the old sort of ways of Henry Ford. Everything has already been done. He's a what do you call it? Here's a template. You know, put down the bolts. Gone, done, finished. No creativity, nothing. It's already done for you. You just need to put the bolts in. Turn them, turn them, turn them, turn the bolt. Boom, 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 boom. Done quickly. We don't teach like that. I can teach a person anything. I can teach you how to get away with murder, how to kill, how to rob, how to do anything illegal and get away with. Why? Because by the time we get to the illegal stuff, you will come up with your own creative ways of doing it, even better than me. All I would do, right, is open the path for you, show you the basics, and then, as an intelligent person that you are, you come in and you take over and you improve. And then you do that, you pass on that knowledge to someone else, and you give that the next student the room, they improve. Just like in martial art, MMA, just like in academia, just like in any workforce. Anything that could be uh, sort of repeated, read, repeated, shown, read, repeated. It's all repetition. It could be learned. You could learn anything. Now, I tell people that always think it's the end of, no, bro, you can learn any skill. In IT, same thing. IT, IT sort of needs you to be creative, bro. Some of the best hackers learn the basics. They learn certain language, Linux, C++, whatever, bro. And then they improve it over time. Why? What separates this hacker and you? The hacker has an extreme passion for whatever it is, so much that nobody needs to teach them things. They go out of their way and they become very, very passionate, very creative, and their mind works in such a way that somebody who created Pegasus, the Israeli spying system, whatever the fuck that thing is, started with basics and went on to improve. That's what we do. We start with the individual. You talk to the person. You take an interest in the person, and the person's is the most important thing when you're teaching. The individual is the most important thing, component of all of these, of any teaching class. If you're a teacher, the student is the most important thing. I'm exhausting myself here, bro, but I'll tell you a story. In legal studies, year 12, I did not give a fuck about school, bro. I'm an intelligent guy who, if I study, I can pass any, even better, get the highest mark possible. But I didn't care about school, bro. In legal study, I cared about my teacher. When we did the mock exam, the sort of practice exam, I got 3 out of 50. She told me, bro, what are you doing, man? Like, I know you're capable of this, blah, blah, blah. But I love my teacher, bro. I don't give a fuck about legal study. So I studied for her. Why? The way she used to teach was amazing. I was happy with the way this lady used to teach. So I felt like I don't want to let her down. The other subjects, I don't care about them. But this one, because I fought with this teacher, right? I'm going to do the best that I can. And I'll put effort into it. And that's exactly what I did. All those teachers and all other subjects were great teachers. There was nothing wrong with them. But they did not care about the person or the individual. To teach anything, you need to care about the individual first. Once you care about the person, I guarantee you, and I want this to go through your head. If you don't take anything away from what I say, take away one thing. The individual is so smart. Allow them to be creative. That's all. Anyways, bro, I'm getting chatty. 15 minutes. Boom. Out. PD Cattle hat.